Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the DC Coin World International coin channel. And this is not it. This is not the S-less dime. This is the 1975 San Francisco Mint S dime. And they made 2.8 million of these. This one's worth $4 to $6 here. Came out of some broken packaging. And once in a while you will see a proof set coin that's not in packaging, and that's what this one is. If we look at it, it says Liberty at the top, In God We Trust under Franklin Delano Roosevelt's chin. A J and an S here. Can you see that JS way down here? That's for John Sinek. He was the original engraver of the dime. Now, when the dime first came out, the Franklin dime first came out in 1946, of course, it was 90% silver. That changed in 1965. In 1965, they went to a copper nickel clad copper. You can see the copper on the inside. This outside is a copper nickel mix. And as you kind of go around, you see these reeds around the edge. And those reeds, you can just see how fine they are, but you can also see that it's not silver because there's a copper color. We tip it over to this side and let it focus a little bit. We see that it says United States of America at the top, E pluribus unum here. There's two dots here. These are not stars like on some other coins. These are actually just dots. It says one dime at the bottom. Here's a kind of, look how shiny that is. There's a torch in the middle, and one of the things you always look at when you look at the torches is whether you can see both bands on the top and both bands on the bottom. I'm actually going to pick it up, because this is, as I said, it's out of the packaging, and tip it so you can see the two bands here and the two bands here. This is a so-called full band version of the torch. Over here we have oak, and you can actually see an acorn. Over here we have the olive branch, and you can actually see an olive there. And this is just a beautiful coin. It's a proof coin. It's an S coin from 1975, but it's not the no S version. Now, how can you tell the no S version from a regular one? Let's look at some regular coins from 1975, just circulating coins. Here is the D for the Denver Mint. Now, in 1975, the Denver Mint, they made 313.7 million. They made a lot of them. You can see how these kind of wear over time, huh? There's a D there, and it's a little worn. The 1975, there's a JS. Everything, you can see everything, including the copper on the center. On this one, look at the bands on this one. This is what we might call a no bands version. You can't even see the bottom band, can you? That goes across here. You can't, and you can see the top one a little bit. So this Denver one will never be, if it has a D on it, you know it's not. Here's another Denver Mint one. Here's another Denver Mint one. Let's look at some Philadelphia ones. And as you probably recall, in 1975, no mint mark for Philly. So at the Philadelphia Mint, they made 585.673 million. So between the two mints, they made $1 billion. And at San Francisco, they made another 2.8 million. Of those, right now, we know that there were two that were made that looked like this on the front. So see how when you look at this coin, the mints, when they put out a proof coin, they treat them differently. See how this head is buffed with a different kind of shininess than the rest of the coin, and how this part down here you can actually see your pen in. That does not happen on the regular mint set coins. So if this was a San Francisco Mint coin, it would have this. It would always have this. If it was a Philadelphia coin, it would never have this. So what you'd have to see is essentially a Philadelphia coin with no mint mark on it, but it would have this. And so you'd say, okay, that must be the no S version. How many of them are there? We know of two, according to Coin Week. And we know that they may be worth between $300,000 and $300,000 and $500,000 each, because it's such a rare coin. Now, how can you identify it? Well, one of the things you can do is if you have this coin and it's a no S version, you should have all the other coins in the mint set. So how they've definitely defined these is they have the mint set, they pull out the No S version, but every other coin in that mint set. In 1975, the 1975 mint set would have, and this is really weird, it would have the bicentennial coins in it because they started making those in 1975. So in 1975, you would have a bicentennial half, bicentennial Ike dollar, a bicentennial quarter, a bicentennial nickel, and there's no bicentennial on the nickel. It just says 1975, and then the penny would say 1975. So if you have that whole set, then perhaps you have a S-less dime. If you're going to buy it or see it or do something with it, somebody wants to sell one to you, one of the things you need to make sure you do is take it to one of the rating agencies, NGC or PCGS, which will rate them. And you also need to make sure that it has this perfect buffing on it. And you can see in the background like a mirror, and that it doesn't have an S on it. And there was only 2 out there so far, but feel free to keep looking. But if you see one without this kind of buffing on it, no matter how good it looks, it's a Philadelphia coin. All right, have a great day from DC Coin World. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comment section.